Adventure movies have always been the beating heart of cinema. They take us to lost worlds, ancient myths, and distant lands where danger lurks around every corner. But in 2025, adventure has leveled up. We're not just talking about treasure maps and daring escapes. We're talking about dragons soaring in live action, alien hunters in blood-soaked jungles, magical wells that promise eternal life, mythic creatures whispering in the forest, and yes, even a marmalade-loving bear in a tiny blue coat. This year's lineup is a wild ride, proving that the spirit of adventure isn't bound by one genre, it's everywhere. So buckle up, because today on Top 5s, we're counting down the top 5 adventure movies of 2025. Number 5, Paddington in Peru.
Let's prepare for Paddington, Paddington in Peru.
Sometimes the greatest adventures aren't about danger, they're about heart. Paddington in Peru brings our favorite bear back to the big screen, but this time, the journey takes him far from the cozy streets of London and deep into the jungles of South America. Imagine towering waterfalls, mysterious temples, and Paddington trying to keep marmalade sandwiches fresh in the Amazon humidity. Fun fact, much of the movie was shot on location in Peru, and locals even joined the production as extras, giving the film an authenticity that fans noticed right away. Audiences on social media gushed about the balance of humor and heartfelt emotion, with one viral TikTok edit calling it Indiana Jones if Indiana Jones wore a duffel coat. And honestly, they're not wrong. Would you take the Marmalade Bear on an expedition through the jungle? Or would you rather stay home and let him write you postcards? Drop your answer below. Number 4, The Legend of Ochi. Now we step into the world of myths and whispers. The Legend of Ochi, an A24 fantasy epic, tells the story of a young girl who discovers she can communicate with mystical creatures hiding in the wilderness. This isn't your typical high-budget spectacle. It's quieter, stranger, and utterly mesmerizing. Trivia: the director actually cast real animals alongside the CGI creatures, blending fantasy with grounded reality. That's why the forests feel alive, every shadow hiding something half real, half mythical. Audiences described it as Studio Ghibli meets The Witcher, and film Twitter couldn't stop praising its originality. It's the kind of movie that doesn't just entertain, it haunts you, leaving you thinking about what could still be hidden in the woods. So here's a question for you. Would you call this an adventure, a fantasy, or a fairy tale? The comments section is already split, so let's see where you stand.
Hold on! I'm coming for you!
Number 3, Fountain of Youth. Few legends are as enduring as the search for immortality, and in 2025, Fountain of Youth gave us a dazzling new spin on that quest. The movie follows a group of explorers chasing the mythical waters that promise eternal life. But of course, the closer they get, the more they realize immortality comes with a price. Behind the scenes, production was a global effort. They filmed in Spain, Morocco, and even underwater caverns in Mexico, giving the movie a lush, globe-trotting feel. Think Pirates of the Caribbean meets National Treasure. Fun fact, one of the underwater sequences reportedly took over 3 weeks to film because the actors insisted on performing many of their stunts for real. Audiences loved the sense of scale, the blend of history and myth, and the moral question at its core: would you drink from a fountain, knowing what it might cost? Let us know, immortality, yes or no? Number 2, Predator, Killer of Killers. Now we trade myths for blood, sweat, and the sound of something breathing right behind you. Predator, Killer of Killers takes the iconic alien hunter and cranks the intensity to 11. This isn't just another sequel, it's a brutal survival story where multiple predators face off against some of Earth's most dangerous fighters. Trivia: the director revealed that they built several predator suits with animatronics instead of relying only on CGI, giving the creatures a terrifying physical presence on set. And yes, the stunt team confirmed those jungle fights were as exhausting as they look. On release, it became one of 2025's biggest box office draws, with fans calling it the best Predator film since the original. TikTok edits of the jungle battles hit millions of views in days, proving this franchise still knows how to grip audiences. So tell me, who do you think wins in a straight fight, a predator or a dragon? That's the debate tearing through comment sections everywhere. Number 1. How to Train Your Dragon. And finally, the crown jewel of 2025's adventure films. The beloved DreamWorks saga got the live-action treatment, and fans were both nervous and excited. But when the curtains lifted, the verdict was clear. How to Train Your Dragon 2025 was a triumph. Seeing Hiccup, Astrid, and of course, Toothless brought to life with cutting-edge CGI and practical effects was nothing short of breathtaking. The flying sequences? Critics called them the closest thing to magic cinema has delivered in years. Fun fact, the filmmakers actually used wind tunnels to simulate dragon flight during production, helping the actors physically react as if they were soaring through the skies. That little detail made the aerial battles look real. Social media exploded with nostalgia-driven reactions. Fans who grew up with the animated trilogy shared side-by-side edits comparing the old scenes to the live-action ones, and those edits racked up millions of views. In its opening week, the movie broke international box office records, proving that Toothless still has the power to melt hearts and ignite imaginations. So here's the big question. Does this live-action remake surpass the animated original? Or will the trilogy always be the true classic? The debate is fierce, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Now it's your turn. Which of these adventures would you take first? Would you pack snacks with Paddington, dive into legends with Ochi, chase immortality, stalk predators, or ride dragons through the clouds? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget, the best suggestions often make it into our next videos. If you enjoyed this countdown, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because here on Top 5s, we don't just watch movies, we live the adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and remember, the greatest treasure in cinema is the journey itself.